Many, like me, see this as bullying and an intimidation tactic. Miss Lively has been gratuitously allowed to extend her witch hunt for discovery in which she has no evidence to support. This mess and how she is handling it is going to haunt her for years to come.
What happens when a Hollywood star treats the courtroom like a movie set with a garbage script? Blake Lively might have just found out as a judge calls her out for rewriting her own story, and it's not a happy ending. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. What if the shining star of Hollywood had her spotlight dimmed by courtroom chaos? Blake Lively, known for her effortless charm and on-screen poise, seems to have stumbled onto a stage she wasn't prepared for. And it wasn't fictional this time. Accusations started piling up when it was claimed that Lively had tampered with evidence and tried to reframe the narrative in a way that Hollywood scriptwriters might envy. But while movie audiences might love a dramatic twist, the judicial system was less impressed. Things took a turn for the absurd when Lively's legal team requested to review 50,000 hours of video footage. Now, just think about that for a second. There are only 8,760 hours in a year.
The damage that Delulu has self-inflicted cannot be understated at all presented to validate them, or is Miss Lively free to submit just any subpoena to anyone that is not her fan?
Even if Lively spent every waking second over the next 6 years glued to a TV screen, she still wouldn't finish. The courtroom wasn't buying it. The judge's response was as brutal as it was logical, shutting down her fantasy fiction request. And no, this script didn't earn a standing ovation. The strategy didn't just fall flat, it unraveled completely. It was like a blockbuster flop where every plot point feels forced and no character development makes sense. And trust me, even the popcorn-munching courtroom spectators were struggling to keep a straight face.
Subpoenas were issued from this court, not only failing to meet this standard, but failing to meet any standard. We would not be in this position if the court had not allowed such a wayward subpoena in the first place.
The judge even cited Second Circuit case law, putting an end to what many saw as a blatant delay tactic dressed up as due diligence. It's one thing to have plot holes in a film, but when they show up in your legal defense, let's just say you're not walking away with any awards. But the real eyebrow raiser was her almost comical turn of events with Stephanie Jones. You remember her, right? The same Stephanie Jones who Lively had previously accused of running a smear campaign against her. Now, suddenly, they're both on the same side. It left everyone scratching their heads, wondering if they'd accidentally switched to a soap opera. It didn't take long for the court to label this collaboration as desperate and opportunistic, calling out tactics that were more performance art than legal defense.
Cassidy tells Judge Lyman, "There is no evidence or sound legal basis whatsoever to have issued this subpoena in the first place. Court that multiple non-parties who were served this ill-gotten subpoena are filing a complaint today."
But if you thought this drama couldn't get any weirder, just wait, because the influencers are about to take center stage. Imagine deciding to send legal subpoenas to influencers like Candace Owens and Perez Hilton, only to have details of those subpoenas leaked to TMZ before the influencers even saw them. It's not exactly the kind of strategy you'd expect from someone desperately trying to keep things quiet. Yet this is exactly what Blake Lively's legal team has been accused of doing. The move came across less like damage control and more like a public relations circus.
Reading this, I was like, give me teeth, give me the facts. I don't care about the feelings. It just starts with straight feelings. The reason why she's setting this up is she says, now I have to take steps to protect innocent bystanders rather than exposing them to further harm, because she's now already understands what's happening here because they think we are so stupid, okay? I'm not going to include them in here because I'm going to protect them.
The influencers themselves were quick to react, with some dismissing the subpoenas as intimidation tactics designed to silence critics. These weren't figures central to the case like witnesses or legal experts, but rather outspoken voices that Lively seemingly wanted to quiet. The broader implication was clear.
But if you're here because you think there's some bombshell in here, as her lawyers were alluding to, oh, wait until everybody sees everything. And there's so much more going on here. Now we really see the target of everything, I think, really the linchpin for her lawsuit, the person that she went after. You're going to be sorely disappointed because if clickbait was an amendment, this is it. Okay, I cannot believe it.
This wasn't about justice. It was about clamping down on dissent. And when TMZ got the scoop so early, it led to a tidal wave of accusations that the media leak was intentional, aimed at steering the public's view of Lively as some kind of victim. But the mess didn't stop with just influencers. Reports claim James Vushka, a Daily Mail journalist covering the story, was allegedly forced to sign a false statement supporting her side, only to lose his job soon after. Let's be real. Whatever image she was trying to project with this stunt crumbled faster than a house of cards. Rather than fixing her reputation, these moves lit a spotlight on her battles to control the narrative.
Many, like me, see this as bullying and an intimidation tactic. Miss Lively has been gratuitously allowed to extend her witch hunt for discovery in which she has no evidence to support. This mess and how she is handling it is going to haunt her for years to come.
And then there's Perez Hiltons' reaction. Pure humiliation for Lively's camp. After being subpoenaed, Hilton called her legal actions ridiculous, publicly making fun of the fact that her team had combed through his emails looking for terms like strategy doc. Laughing about it probably wasn't the reaction she wanted, but it definitely confirmed one thing. Her legal moves were not being taken seriously. If that wasn't chaotic enough, there are whispers about Ryan Reynolds possibly being dragged into this mess. Could her husband's connections be playing a role? The details are murky, but it's safe to say there's more happening behind the scenes than people realize. And while fans keep digging, the court and public seem united on one point: this isn't damage control, it's self-destruction. And now, her on-set stories are starting to resurface. Stay with me for this one. Blake Lively's courtroom antics might make for a thrilling TV drama, but in real life, the judge isn't buying the performance. With every delay, every PR stunt, and every questionable legal move, the court has made it clear that her actions are under a microscope. As one source put it, the court is watching closely every delay, every PR stunt, every bad faith move. It's a reminder that fame doesn't rewrite facts, and the truth has no special effects. This saga isn't over yet, so stay tuned, because in this real-life drama, the twists just keep on coming.